Welcome back here. 2022 NXL Windy City Major presented by Bunker Kings. I'm Matty Marshall. Stoked to have Rainey Stanzik, one of the legends in this game, all-star San Antonio X Factor, to break down this next set. So Rainey, we got Impact taking on DMG, Uprising, and then we're going to see Legion here for the first time. Does look like Legion has their full starting lineup here, which is definitely a scary thing. But even though they've been here twice this year, right, out of 4 events, and 8th place, but those are kind of slightly disappointing finishes for a team of that magnitude, a team that you've battled. But this Impact DMG match, obviously Impact on DMG in a rebuild. What do you think?
Impact's looking strong. They're looking real good. Mouse is playing well. J-Rep's playing well. And they're going to be a tough team to beat this weekend.
Yeah, Impact able to prevail over Aftermath in their first game, though Aftermath did make it pretty interesting towards the end. We'll see if DMG has the offense needed to overcome one of the top teams in this division.
And J-Rap drops with Shane House slithering in the 50 snake.
Shane Howe, the ageless assassin, to the 50-yard line in the snake for DMG. He's going to get a little help. Looks like Boyum searching, exploring that center. He's going to get slightly past the 50.
I think that's Hill.
Is it Hill?
Yeah, that's Hill.
Yeah, Hill's been going mostly towards the D side, but yeah, I love it when guys switch it up. You do that a lot. X Factor in general has been starting to do that a bunch. You sent Billy Snake, Billy Middle. You've been all over the place.
Yeah, that's credit to Ryan Brand. Ryan Brand wants us to mix us around and make some moves, and there's Hill going, making an aggressive move, getting one, and then losing that second gunfight. But I like that first initial aggression, right?
Yeah, that was a beautiful move by Zach Hill. Interesting, too, because he started the year with Impact, but then decided to, take Dave Baines up on his offer to come and bolster the line for DMG to help save their pro spot.
The one thing I would have liked to see is Shane Howe recognizing, because he's looking inside, he saw Hill make that move. When Hill makes that move, he should make the move into their snake, because now all the attention's on Hill.
Yeah, so though off of that chaos, Impact still a little bit on their heels here is Howe still at the snake and has a body in the middle. And then here comes a little bit of a push. And they're trying to get Boyum up on that D side as well, too. So DMG is definitely playing on their toes and playing aggressive past the 50-yard line in the center and in the snake.
Impact, though, I was watching them practice yesterday, and they feel pretty comfortable in these back spots, being able to pull back games. So I wouldn't be surprised if Impact can shoot one body, shoot Shane, shoot someone out of a spot, that all of a sudden this will become a 3-on-3 game real quick. Matt kind of throws his body away.
And then here comes damage control from Axel with the big coast-to-coast move. And he smokes Shane and then stays alive, and that gets Spiegelman in the inside. And we're giving out money courtesy of McKinley Mosley and Associates, a law firm, for best move, and this might be one of them here. I mean, Jesus Christ, Axel got in essentially a 1-on-3. Runs through, gets the first kill on Shane, gets the inside kill on Spiegelman, and then Boyum had just absolutely no idea. What a heads-up play there from Axel.
Yeah, but Boyum tried to run down Brandon. Brandon, playing tight over there, was able to allow Axel to shoot that last body. But you're seeing that now on the snake side, right? It's not sometimes the first guy in there. It's the guy that's able to come and clear the second guy out with that counter punch, right? And that happened to us in our NRG game. Twice we were on their side of the snake, and the guy made a great move. And with all this stuff in the middle, it's hard to kind of watch your guy when he goes to your side. So, I would have liked to see Shane protect himself, recognize that, Yeah,
it's one of those situations where it's like, yeah, you have to protect yourself, because what could they have done differently other than just keep that head on a swivel, try to see how the point is evolving, and then adjust accordingly. But also, sometimes somebody just makes an amazing move, and there's almost nothing you could have done because they just reacted faster than you.
Yes, and that's what we were talking about. You lose a match thinking of all these things, but sometimes you don't need to reinvent the wheel. Sometimes you just lose a coin flip. Ace King lose the queens. Queens beat Ace King. That's part of the game. Here are the Russians.
Point number 1, yeah. So Legion losing a body here early and not able to shoot anybody. Typically thriving off the break, but a little taste of their own medicine in this one, and they quickly lose another one. So they don't have Pantilev here, but that's it. Other than that, they have their standard starting lineup.
Yeah, they have their strong 5. What I'm interested to know is, do they have their staff? Their staff plays a big factor in how successful the Russians are, right? They're the outside eyes. They're seeing the statistics. They're analyzing it all and really kind of feeding this Russian machine when it's on point.
Well, they have Alexei, but that's it. So that's an issue, right?
Yes.
Because they normally had this really deep coaching staff, but it's been hard. Anyway, not looking really good here in this first point, as Uprising at the close of the last set, Rainey, we were talking about how Uprising has quietly made 2 Sundays in a row. And they're a team that can play a spoiler, and they're a team that also, when they're on, they can beat any team in the league.
Yeah, we faced them those 2 Sundays, and the first one they played, they beat us in the prelims. Olsen's in the middle doing a good job, staying alive, real good gunfighter, and he's quietly having a great season.
Yeah. They have, we talk about elite threats, right? Who are your threats? When we play you, who are we scared of? And they have a deep enough roster of veterans that have been together for so long that they have that unspoken communication in the scramble, on the attack, on those read and react moments, that when they are playing clean and when they've gotten some good practices, they are a big threat out here. So
Yeah, they're definitely coming in confidence, and if you sleep on them, they beat the Russians here, the ball could get rolling for them this weekend.
Yeah, looking at Coach Aaron Ormrod there.
And that's the thing, they have a good staff, they have their consistent coach, they got a good pit crew, and that helps.
And Aaron knows that roster. He's been with them for a while. His brother plays on the squad, and they have killers on that team. So we'll see if they can keep it up, though. Up by 1 on Legion. Now jumping back into this one, the first point to Edmonton Impact, courtesy of arguably the best move we've seen out here so far. We're heading into set 5 as Axel got in, pulling off a 1-on-3.
Impact with the second lineup. MVP from the last event getting shot off the break.
Yeah, no one in Snake for either squad here quite yet. Some secondaries, but everyone just kind of feeling themselves out. And just like Rainey said, Zupa, who was just masterful at the event in Sacramento, when Impact won with a light line too, not a deep squad that they had.
But sometimes that helps. Sometimes just having 6 or 7 allows guys to get in flow, and a lot of the pressure was on Zupa. Mouse wasn't there till Sunday, and he carried the weight.
He really did, and he got the money and all the kudos and respect for this amazing performance, man.
Yep. And here's Shane again, back in the Snake.
Just still, speaking of inspirations, Shane Howe, 5 years old, just still out there getting it done.
And there's Hill back on their side again. I like to see this. Sometimes a team will just attack the middle and just go once, but Hill goes all the way in there, doesn't see Reeser.
Yeah, Reeser with an inside outrun to the Snake. Haven't seen that a bunch. Here comes Hill searching in that center.
There you go. Reeser shoots the Snake,
Nice
shoots
job.
Hill.
That was a good head on a swivel kill, as Hill was really the thorn in their side. And then as soon as he gets that kill, he can launch.
Yeah, JC survived Hill for a bit, which was huge. Allowed Reeser to get that kill, and now they still have 4 bodies.
Yeah, body coming off, though. Well, it looks like maybe trading with JC as they lose Met over there as well, too. And then Reeser comes off. Wow, what a crazy bloodbath past 10 seconds.
I think we have a 1-on-1.
Yeah, two bodies left alive for DMG.
It's a rule back here in the Snake corner. Speaks.
I think that's all they have.
Yeah, Speaks in this 50 brick and Boyum on that Dorito.
Yeah, 2-on-1 situation here in favor of DMG, trying to tie this one up. Impact throwing away a couple bodies here all at the same time. Deaths in bunches, never a good thing. Yeah, Drula trying to pull off a heroic moment in a low body situation on his own. He's going to get one, shoot Speaks, and then off to the races. Boyum has not picked up Drula. Drula pauses.
Just hit the
buzzer.
buzzer.
So does Boyum. All Drula has to do, he goes and hits the buzzer. Unbelievable. This is 2 points in a row. First it was Axel Godin in a 1-on-3, and now Impact forced to go down their last body again here, Rainey, and this time it's Matt Drula.
It's a counterpunch, but you got to give Reeser a huge credit for that, because he got in the Snake, was able to shoot Hill before he got any of the kills, and then the guy in the 50 Snake for DMG shot the 2 guys on the Dorito side. Reeser recognized that, ran down and got him off the field, which put Darul in a 2-on-1, and Darul executed it with offense.
Yeah, perfectly executed. It is interesting now, though, that as good as Impact did look in that first game in the beginning, then they let Aftermath come back. So Impact looked amazing. Aftermath came back, made a game of it, and then now they've had to scramble for these first 2 points. But still, as long as you got the lead, you got the lead. Who cares how it happened, right?
And sometimes those points are huge momentum shifts. Like DMG had those points, and now they lose them, and now it's like, what do you say in the pit? You're like, man, we're playing good, but we're kind of pissing
dropping
away
the ball
point.
here or there. Yeah, it's kind of tough. Oh, forced to go and tag up. A little bit of a bad start here for Seattle Uprising. Looks like Legion able to get 5 bodies out alive, but even after tagging up, so 5-on-5 point here.
And Legion doubling up that Dorito can, avoiding those lanes. Carcelich bumping out successfully, which you may see towards later on this match. People doubling up these cans and making quick bumps rather than running through those lanes off the break.
Yeah, what do you think about the forest of bunkers up in the middle of the field here on this layout?
I mean, I like it. I hear a lot of people complaining, but I think it forces people to get up in the spots, not just get comfortable in their guns, and then it comes down to a lot of read and react, right? Yeah. Problem solving, quick time problem solving, and not just running through the same repetition of moves.
I like it too. Creativity and players that are willing to get up there and mix it up and try to add a little element of surprise to their opponents. Like, oh, you didn't know I was here, and I'm gonna make you pay. So far it's been entertaining, because at the end of the day, just as a paintball fan now, not playing in these tournaments anymore, I would like to be entertained. And when we have centers like this, it can get very entertaining. Right now, Uprising, the right-hand side of your screen on the blue section of the field, have two bodies in pretty good position. Have to worry about Sergey, but able to get a drop in on Sergey. So we can look pretty good on the gunfights, man. Very impressive so far from Uprising.
They're disciplined, so you recognize that they have the double crosser, and this is the thing that's nice about all these bunkers in the middle. You can play it offensively like Hill, or you can hold the crosses, so it gives you a lot of options to counter what the other team is doing. But Carcela getting through these crosses, now in the 40 Dorito. Let's see if he can capitalize on this position.
Yeah, so
getting bombarded
upper body,
up there.
yeah, wasps everywhere. Oh, Karslev looks out into one. Did he trade? Looks like he did. So one body comes off from both squads. A little better field position currently now for Uprising, though, with those double dose of players up the center. See, they're trapped kind of in the back corner for is Smotroff out wide here. What do you think about this back spot here, Rainey?
I mean, it's a good initial spot, but I mean, it's tough to get out to, and you can get locked in it. And like right now, Smotroff is trapped in it because Uprising has that Dorito-sized wedge, and he has, the better angle, the better drop, and you're now on your knees trying to fight out of this tiny little bunker. But coming into it off the break, you can kind of make that quick move out of it into the snake.
Borromeo, little secondary move up into D4, that brick on that Dorito side. Look at body language, tells me that Uprising on their toes. Rainey want to move forward.
I think we got a, what is it? No, 4-on-3 for Uprising.
They're at the 50 right now. Uprising here with our eye in the sky. Good field position for them. Trying to figure out where Smotroff is. Maybe get the pinch on Kirill Peridny. It's good to see Kirill back. Looks like Malloy's going to get pinched. And Smotroff, the last body left alive. We have seen a lot of low body craziness out here with guys pulling off 1-on-2s and 1-on-3s.
He shoots one. Still 3-on-1 though.
Yeah, catches the first one sleeping. Smotroff trying to get in the running for move of the tournament, win some money.
See, that's the bad thing is he went to the corner off the break, and I'm sure it's not Smotroff's intention to stay there the whole game.
Yeah.
But if somebody goes to that wedge, now your aggression and that risk that you take running through the lane is not rewarded. So it's almost like kind of just got to run out of there initially.
Yeah, that's kind of why I wanted to bring it up with you, because you have played in the middle and you've played on the snake side, and I keep seeing guys get sort of trapped back there and then forced into the, oh man, it's a big gap that I got to run into this next spot, or to do more of a move more back inside. Now you don't have outside contained, obviously completely contingent on what's happening with the rest of the field, but like you said, it can be a pretty good place to be for a little bit, because we have seen guys kind of sleep on that back corner over there.
Yes, but you need some offense in the middle to take the pressure off you, and if your guys are stuck in the towers, which the two Russian players were, then the Uprising feels no pressure and can just sit on that guy all day and take their offense out for the entire match.
Yeah. Look how calm Aaron is, though. He's talking to his guys. They're up by 2, playing against a legendary roster right now. Be really big for Uprising if they could pull off a win. Just going through variables, though.
Yeah, you kind of root for them, They've been in the league for so long. It's like, obviously you want to beat them when you play them. You don't want them to let them through as a player, but, as a fan, you're rooting for them.
Absolutely. Also, make sure you take full advantage of the discounts being offered this weekend by our sponsors. First 100 customers, 10% off. Use the promo code GoSports10. See those beautiful, amazing bags that Infamous has been putting out into the marketplace.
Just grabbed one last weekend, actually.
I was going to say, everyone, obviously they're a sponsor, so we have to talk about how awesome they are. But I like talking about Infamous's products, because Travis and Callie are pumping out badass products.
Yes, they actually make a pack I really love. I hate strapless packs, and I've been using a strapless pack this whole year.
It's just great.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think Dynasty's been using their bags too. I mean, the bags are waterproof. Their product line is awesome, man. But it's good. It's good for the sport. And that helps support Infamous as a franchise. They can pay players.
And now they have their team will be here for many years to come.
Absolutely. So Pro DNA is the name of the
and here's
product
Mouse.
line.
Mouse lined up on the D side.
Yeah.
Looks like he's going to run.
Mouse has been playing the D side pretty much every point that we've seen him out here, Rainey.
Yep, and he makes that big Dorito run. Immediately looks inside. I think he's going to try to protect this middle. Shane Howe now is in the middle? Or
Yeah, yeah, I think Shane went middle, and then here comes Hill hunting again. Just so small, fast, and aggressive. His son was out here yesterday walking the field, and his son he was fun, man. The kid's got some attitude on him, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, he was all about it. Yeah, the kid's probably going to be a really good paintball player. I think he's only maybe 6, but
Okay.
he was just very feisty young man. It was fun.
Hill back up in that 50 brick.
Yeah, down to 9:30 left to go here, and 2-point spread, as Impact has had 2 miraculous individual performances to put those 2 points up.
And you notice now DMG kind of banding the snake. Impact has no intention of getting the snake, and this may play for a little bit like this the snake side.
This could be one of those longer points, depending on who dies, right? Because if we get a couple deaths real quick, that's going to change it. And DMG's playing. Shane's up and he's out of his spot, trying to pop the top. You got Zach, who's now made secondary two actually moves to get to the 50. Ooh, catches J-Rab.
I was going to say, I like J-Rob making that move. He was looking to go up there and hunt and go get that guy off the field, but Hill just switched inside, and kind of unlucky timing for J-Rab there.
Yeah, and lucky timing for Zach.
Yeah.
But that's how it works sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, the guy still got to make a great shot, but sometimes it's just, luck of a coin flip.
Every sport has it, right? And
Yeah.
you're a gambler, and no matter what you do, however well you do it, you need a certain element of luck.
The thing you can't go back in is like, oh, I shouldn't do this move. It's like, no, that was the right move, just bad results, right? You played the hand right, just didn't pay off.
I feel like that is something, though, that needs to be recognized a little bit more at every level of paintball, because guys will start beating each other up. Oh, J-Rab, why did you make that move? No, I mean, that was a well-timed move. Zach just happened to switch at that perfect moment.
That's why you hear in poker, don't be result-oriented.
Yeah.
I mean, and obviously paintball is a very result-oriented game, but sometimes you just got to make the right move and it just doesn't work.
Another body coming off.
Ooh, and Hill.
Yeah, Hill is slaughtering his former squad right now. Did trade the body, though, but J-Rab and Mouse come off early for Impact.
Maybe Dave will send him a message. Hey, man, you can't play anymore in this match.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
And here's Axel sneaking in the snake. Oh, but the DMG recognizes it. Shane, come up here. See to watch over him. There you go.
Ooh, it makes it through the gap.
Ooh, but they lose their snake guy, so now Axel has no wire present.
Yeah, so Axel doesn't have to worry about any pressure down this sideline now. It's going to make it a little bit easier for him to deal with Shane inside. Shane, feeling that pressure, completely commits more towards that middle, that inside lane. Now goes back to reestablish, maybe to catch Axel sleeping. But Axel's tucked in tightly.
I think it's 2-on-3. DMG's just, no, 3-on-3.
Well, move now on the D side as trying to run down and get the shot in on the wall. And did he stay alive, though, is the question. Looks like he's clean, Rainey. DMG alive, pressing the issue on that D side. Shane does get eaten up by Axel. See if Axel can save the day again. Oh, and he does. Axel, did he just Cyclops him? Oh, man. Axel is balling out right now here in this game.
It's 1-on-1.
Did Axel just pull off another? Well, not yet. It's 1-on-1, but
With
if
Boyum.
Axel gets this 1-on-1 with Boyum, not only will he get himself a red and gold coin, but now he'll have 2 separate plays in the running for move of the prelims and a $500 check.
The Frenchman is playing very well today.
Yeah, courtesy again of McKinley Mosley and Associates, a sponsor that's a law firm.
Axel looks at the clock, sees how much time he's in, recognizes he's up points, doesn't need to make all the engagements, slides back a spot, protect his buzzer. Boyum hunting, not sure where they're at. Axel just sleeping on, oh, there he is. Found each other.
Yeah, Boyum now knows where he is. Axel in a small spot, but he's also
He's best
perfect
gunfighter.
paintball side.
Laying down.
Boyum with a big aggressive move to get across the gap. Axel not able to put a ball on him. Boyum pushing the issue because he's down 2 and there's only 6 minutes left. He really has to. Oh, and Axel gets the drop in on Boyum. Oh, Axel Godin came to play some paintball here in Chicago. 2 separate low body situations pulled off by the Frenchman.
Play the shadows, baby. He saw that shadow, and Boyum came right out. And Axel knew exactly where he was going to come out and put the ball right on him.
Now, that was another 1-on-3.
Yes, you're right. He shot the guy coming down at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then he shot Shane.
Well, he shoots Shane inside. He wins this battle.
His boy dies at the same time.
Yeah, so now it's just Axel. He catches this guy sleeping, who had blown open the D side, so that's kill 2. And then at least 3. He shot, It was a 1-on-3.
It was a 2-on-3, and then two guys died at the same time, but he shot 3 of them.
Yes,
100%.
he shot so three kills for sure. I'm just wondering if this move was better than the first one, or I think the first one might have actually been the better move, but who cares?
Yeah.
It's still he's in the with 2 separate moves, man. It's gonna take a lot to beat that. I'll tell you that much. We got a lot of paintball to play though, so we will see.
Russian taking a big bite, getting a kill, getting 2 kills. Karslev dying, but he did some damage there, and that's huge. Getting those first couple bodies off, putting a hole in the Uprising game plan.
Yeah, you can kind of see the sense of urgency for Karslev. It's like, okay, we're down by 2. We need to get things going here. We can't go down by 3 right now to Uprising. They're gonna get a body up as 2 separate moves. Kirill gets out wide to try to take over the attack as his first attacker, doing some damage. Start of this one. Sergey getting to the tower.
But Uprising still attacking. I don't know if Smotrov's alive. I think he may have died.
Yeah, Smotrov's in the pits right now, so I think we might have just 3 bodies out there for Legion currently.
Ooh, Uprising losing their body.
Yeah, that's a tough death, right? I mean, you've got Legion down to 3. You have a 2-point lead.
Malloy's about to shoot this 50. This 50 has no idea Malloy's there.
Oh, Malloy comes over the top, puts the 50 in, and then Sergey moves up from that. Olsen back and forth trying to figure out which way to put his gun. Verdnikov screaming over it to try to get Solnikov's, give him some information.
Sergey, if he splits the seam, he gets both of them right here. Luckily, Olsen's tall enough to kind of protect that.
Yeah, Olsen running over 6 foot tall. One of those guys that folds up nicely, but tall enough to get some angles the shorter guys can't. Tactical retreat from Malloy. It's back into Snake 1. Just 2 bodies left alive for Uprising. Here comes a move from Sergey. Sergey comes through, shoots Olsen. Kirill right behind him. They're both still alive. I think there's just that 1 body left alive in the center. They pinch him out, and that should do it, I believe.
The 2-on-3, but I mean, Olsen making that move, down bodies, what, ultimately even made that point a chance for them to win.
Oh, Red Legion making this one interesting here with probably around 8:15 left to go. 1-point spread now.
I thought Malloy was going to do some Malloy things, hop inside, do some stuff.
One of the best ever to do it. Golden Gun Award winner a couple years ago. Constant MVP for years. We'll see him in the All-Star game.
Yeah, definitely not a fun person to play against.
Yeah. Did you hear that Hormesis is putting up $5 grand for the MVP of the All-Star game?
Oh, wow.
That's a real thing.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Noted. Noted.
You'll be in there, Rainey, so
yeah.
Just letting everybody know, let your people know.
Yeah.
You got a couple All-Stars in there, so.
Okay. I like that. Now the game got serious.
Yeah, $5 grand's at stake for whoever plays the best. Now, there's a lot of dudes. And
Yes.
I think it's a 20-minute game, too. So
Ooh.
it's going to be interesting.
How many are on each roster? Like 16?
It was 17, but Harrison Fry's hurt, and Mishka is also hurt and won't be here as well, too.
Gotcha.
So I think we're down to 16 on each roster. And then also, as we look in the pits here, obviously it's going to be guys that make it into the finals. Probably won't play that many points. So
I mean, I don't know. $5 grand, you may
$5
see me out there running around. We'll see. If I get a good point, I might just keep pressing it. You get shot off the brakes, and you're like, oh, I'm done. Oh, Shane gets hit going the corner.
Yeah, Oliver had posted that on social media, and then we talk a lot, so I hit him up. I'm like, hey, you serious about that $5 grand? He's like, absolutely. Talk to Alex. Let's figure it out. I'm like, okay.
Shane definitely got hit going the corner. Old man sorcery out there.
Well, he's still alive. There goes Zach Hill, who's just been a constant threat in this center every single point. Unfortunately, it just hasn't paid any dividends to get them a point on the board, which Impact has had 3 now individual performances, 1 from Drula and 2 from Axel Godin. That's how close these points have been, Rainey. But again,
DMG now sliding into the 50 snake with big man Marv.
Unfortunately, even though it's looked close for DMG, there's only 5 minutes left and they're down by 3.
Yeah, this is one of those matches where if they end up losing, it's like they're going to maybe, 4-0, 5-0, and you're going to go, man, you guys got slaughtered. I'm like, no, this match was close. We had every point. Ooh, Marv gets a kill. Hill dies. 4-on-4. Marv in the 50 snake.
Yeah, Reeser taking the walk for Impact.
Impact recognizing that.
Rula with the inside out run into Snake 1. He makes it clean.
I think that's Zupa.
Yeah, sorry, Zupa.
Zupa's gonna go get him. Shane's protecting around the wire.
Got the battle going down here on your screen in the snake. Zupa, little retreat back to snake 1. He's got a body behind him protecting him from that can. And then JC's in a really good spot at the 50-yard line for impact.
Zupa missed the kill there. Here comes Boyan.
Boyan got to be careful not to get a penalty. He gets shot into the ground.
Oh, that's a major. And he shot him with his first ball. He shouldn't have kept going.
Yeah, tough. That's just one of those desperation, frustration penalties for Boyan.
Yeah, you don't need to do that. You still have bodies. Yeah. Bad decisions.
Well,
bad decisions, and that's when you, as a coach, you're like, look, you're making a bad decision. You got to be down now.
Yeah. Well, it's getting frustrating for DMG. They're sitting in 19th place. One team will get relegated. We never really know how crazy things are getting in the offseason. Does anyone want to sell their spot? How many semi-pro teams want to go big?
Somebody want to pay a bunch of people and disappear for a year,
yeah,
come back.
Who knows what's going to happen? But as it stands right now, you have New York Extreme and DMG sitting at 19th and 20th. DMG at 19th, and you have New York Extreme at 20th. But they're only separated by 2 points.
What's going to suck is if DMG does lose this spot, I think they were one of the teams that got offered to sell their spot, turned it down.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, well, is that year worth that money, you know?
Yeah, it's hard out here. Now we have this event, and there's still a lot of event to play, and then we have World Cup and the Champions Cup there. But, you know, and at the Champions Cup, there's 40 grand at stake for first place. And if you win a major, you get a bye, and we're at the last major. Uprising up by 1 right now against Legion. Still decent amount of time left, just under 8 minutes to play.
Get 2 quick kills, 5-on-3, Russian advantage. Here comes the machines, starting to pull this match back. Got a new body in for the Russian out here on the snake side.
Karslev very quickly running and gunning, getting to the 50-yard line as bodies are starting to get peeled off here, raining for Uprising. Yeah, 3 have come off. I think just 2 left alive. Now just 1. It's just Graham Arnold.
A lot of time left on the clock for the Russians.
Yeah, Graham Arnold trying to stay alive as long as possible. Not able to do it. Not quite a perfect point. And actually, yeah, perfect point here is 5 bodies alive for the Russians. No one catching a ball out there, so it took them a little while, Rainey, but they've woken up and they have now tied it up 2-2.
They're one of those teams, they want to play you 15, 16 points because they're gonna play you just as energetic in that 15th, 16th, 14th points as you guys did in the first. So they're banking on your cardio not being on point.
And you know they're going to have the cardio.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it is interesting strategy-wise how some teams want to play as many points. Because if you feel that you're better than your opponents, think about it. The more times that my team plays against your team, if we're the better team, the more points we should win. So I totally get the logic from that standpoint if you are Legion. But you have to have the cardio to do that.
Yes.
Especially if you're running a light line. If you're 8, 9 deep of stud players, then okay, you can do that a little bit easier than if you just have 5 or 6.
No, 100%. Now you're playing against a better poker player. You don't want to play them 20 times. You want to get it all in, flip for once, and it's high variance. Even if you're at a disadvantage in that flip, you still just want to do it one time.
Well, and we just talked about how much luck does play into this. So, but other teams don't want to do that. You know, not every team wants to play a ton of points, even the team that would consider themselves better. Regardless, we're jumping back into this one. Impact with a huge lead. DMG definitely has signs of life on their offense, but they have just been getting bad breaks and just haven't been able to stop a couple guys. And Axel Godin is just lights out right now.
He's feeling it, running the snake. Impact drops that first body on the Dorito side. Spieg's getting one, shooting one off that side. Axel now here in the snake. I think DMG is going to their side.
Rainey down to just 3:20 left, so DMG starting to run out of moments to work with here to try to scrap back into this game.
God.
Wow, was that Tyler?
Yeah, they didn't see him. See, I didn't. This is what happens to your younger guy. You go to bunker that guy, and he didn't think out his next move, right? He should have just bunkered him, lived, slid in, could have killed them all. Now you still have J-Rab alive.
Yeah, Tyler Panilio.
J-Rab just shoots him. Did he not? I thought he shot him in his arm.
Almost got the shot on Spiegelman. He's begging for it, but he ends up getting clipped. So looks like DMG.
I think he took one in the arm. DMG's going to get a point here.
Boehm going to run in, hit that buzzer. Well, yeah, Tyler did break that one open here from the snake side.
Yes.
I like what he's a young guy coming out of NorCal.
Yep.
Got a bright future in front of him.
We played a 10-man with him.
Yes, we're teammates on Cat Factory.
Yeah.
And it was funny, we was talking about this on the last show in Sacramento, but you know, as we see this replay, so here's the move. Tyler Panilio catches him sleeping, gets the drop in on Axel, and then he's just looking for his next one, right? This is what you were saying. He comes through,
he got
he
two.
gets
Okay.
a little 2-pack. Does he get the 3rd kill crossfield? No, not able to accurately shoot that crossfield lane, but still, nice move. But yeah, so when we were about to play that 10-minute, who's on Rice? Like, oh, we got Rainey, we got Nick, we got all these. So we're listing off all these awesome, current stars, right? And he's like, oh, and I get this one guy, I'm bringing him from my field local kid. You're going to love him. I'm like, what's his name? He's like, Tyler. Sure enough, Tyler was a baller out there in the woods for us.
He didn't, and it's huge for him, right? You get to be around 10 veterans, pick their minds, see how they operate, and able to add that now in his arsenal.
Yeah, but Dave called it. I mean, that kid is definitely as advertised. He's getting really good.
Uprising losing the snake corner. Got shot in the pack. Russians starting to dial those shots in, but they lose their snake corner as well. 4-on-4. Oh, Uprising dropping another. 3-on-4 Russian advantage.
This is when Uprising really needs to tighten it up, because it looks like Legion is just starting to get that engine running right now.
Yep. And now Russians beating in the middle. I'd like to see Uprising just keep going up that middle. They shot no, Olsen wasn't out to that point. I don't know if I agree with Olsen being down for the Uprising.
He's one of their best players for sure.
Yes. Especially with the middle like this.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is the type of situation where Olsen thrives.
I'd put one guy on him. Olsen, what do you need? You need water? You need pods? What do you need, dude? We need you out there.
Well, Sergey, another guy that could feast in a middle like this, is glided into the 50-yard line. He's got Karslev right beside him. Both of them looking like they want to push forward.
Yep.
They chew up another body. It's Borromeo taking the walk. So
yep.
Graham Arnold, again, alive over here as the consummate survivor. He's, every team has those guys. He's that guy for Uprising. But unfortunately, they're just grinding their gears, losing too many bodies here. Legion, 3 unanswered points.
Couple bad fills.
Take a lead.
Uprising's gonna recognize, look, there's 6 minutes on the clock. You're only down a point. Don't lose focus, right? Those last 3 points didn't go our way, but let's go back up the middle. Let's get that first offense, and then not try to run out wide on the Russians. The Russians got their shot style in. Let's not throw those bodies away.
It's almost like, Rainey, one day you're going to be a coach.
I do coach. I coach Sicarios. I coach a D4 team, and we're actually, I think we're a few points below the second. We're second place in the series, and if we win the tournament, we win the series.
And everyone out there, look, Rainey knows as much about this game as anyone. He comes at a price. So if you would like to enlist his services, hit up Rainey, or hit me up.
Yeah.
I will get you in touch with Rainey for the right price.
Is this Tyler out here again, around the corner into the snake?
Yeah, he's in a good spot. Well, he's about to get checked out from the ref, though. Maybe caught one inside. Referee actually checking out his pack on the outside, looking to go his foot. And he is going to be drawn. Is it major, minor, a penalty about to be assessed? It looks like it's going to be a minor. Not going to help their comeback chances here.
Hill died too, leaving the DMG with just 2 bodies. Oh man, do you concede this?
Well, spread's an issue for DMG, right?
Oh, no, JC, stop.
Oh, what is going on, JC. Majors? Oh, well, I'll tell you what. JC's a tough dude, but the guy that wins the standoff is whoever that was for DMG.
Now JC's out. JC, don't do it. You shot him first. Just stop, JC.
A good old-fashioned, just a Wild Wild West standoff.
I love you,
Oh,
JC.
And it's Boyum.
Stop, JC.
Boyum won the standoff. He got JC to submit first. Look at Boyum right now. Oh my God.
Boyum got shot first, and JC just had to put his gun down, draw the penalty.
Oh, can we please, sweet little baby Jesus,
see the replay?
Joe, our replay guy, please tell me there's a replay on that one.
These two guys play each other at practice, so I'm wondering if something happened at practice.
I was thinking the same thing, right? So these are brother teams, sister teams, however you want to call it. We're in the pits right now. It's Dylan Boyum. Yeah, so let's get a look here. So who's the first? So Dylan, okay, so JC's got hits on him. And JC, we can't see Dylan. And there goes the flags. Both of them think they shot each other first. And then but Boyum gets JC to submit first, which is just going to be bragging rights for the Jesus Christ. Oh my God, he's still trying to do the one-hander, but getting the submission in that one is Boyum, but it might be costing him. We'll see. I don't know what sort of penalty. We haven't seen a good old-fashioned standoff in a tournament. This happens quite a bit at practices, but ladies and gentlemen, these are best paintball players on planet Earth, and it gets a little spicy out there sometimes, Rainey.
I'll tell you what, there's one person you do not want to mess with in the league, and that is JC. Don't let that size fool you.
Oh no, JC's definitely one of the guys that would not want to fight out here. I'm way bigger than he is, and I don't want to fight JC.
He broke a chair in my head one time.
Yeah, yeah. There's certain guys you do not want to fight, and he's one of them. But I've heard Dylan's pretty tough too. So
yeah,
also not a guy I would want to fight, even though he's very respectful. Dylan's one of the most respectful dudes out here. I'm not just saying that. Like, he's an incredibly respectful guy, but he's also kind of seems to have a chip on his shoulder. I love people like that, but I love JC too.
The one thing I also liked is Darula didn't just start teeing off to tee off. When we experienced something like this at practice, two of our guys, one of the guys on Infamous and one of the guys on our team went at it. We just let them go. They shook hands. That was it. It's cool. That's it. Nobody else.
Look, everyone out there that's played paintball for a long time, this happens occasionally in practice. We just don't typically see that in the tournament.
No.
I'm wondering so they're going to kick out both Cornell and Boyum.
You got to.
You got to. I mean,
they took the game in their own hands, and that's what happens.
Well, 3-2 is the score right now.
The question is it going to carry over the next match? I hope not. It wasn't that bad.
I hope it won't either. I hope it's not ejected from the tournament. Ejecting for the game, of course.
Yes.
Absolutely. Well, Legion with really good position here in the center. They now pass the 50 with Kirill, and they've chalked up enough kills that this one should be pretty simple for them to solidify their 4th point in a row. And in fact, it looks like Ormrod has seen enough. Coach Ormrod is going to concede it. And again, it was Graham Arnold as the last body left alive. It seems to be a similar story we've been singing out here as the first couple.
But they're losing it to the spots. I'd like to see Graham get up there, right? Rather than, he's alive in the back, but he's such a good gunfighter. Get in the spots, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so
let's see if these guys, if there's a penalty. Does anybody start down body on this next match?
I don't know. Or do they both start down a body? Where was the official penalty? Obviously, if you just joined us, you missed something we haven't seen in a long time. It was a good old-fashioned standoff between Dylan Boyum and Justin Cornell. They both were tossed out of the game, and I'm wondering, is both teams going to be at 4? Is one team going to be at 4 and the other one 5? What are we looking at here? Looks like 5 bodies for Impact. Can you count the bodies on DMG? I'm blocked out.
Yeah, they got 5.
5 on 5. 5 on 5, 3-point spread, 2 minutes left. Both teams losing a body early. Actually, it looks like DMG going to be losing 2 bodies.
One of them getting pulled for maybe not tagging up in the right spot. Maybe better Boyum walked off because he maybe would have followed his brother up in that situation.
Yeah, you're probably right. Well, Hill trying to create in the center. He gets picked off. And, DMG doing what they need to do right now, Rainey, which is just try to get creative on offense. And they were down by 3 and when this started. If they had scored a quick point, maybe still have a chance. But now they need to start thinking about spread because they did drop their first game by 4, and you don't want to let this one get carried away.
Yeah, and then even if you do win those next 2 games, you really don't have a chance if you let these games just be blowouts.
Well, look at what Infamous did. So Infamous got smoked by Level 0-6. Didn't put a point on the board. Now they're going to, luckily for them, they had Latin Saints next. So then they go play Latin Saints. They put a beating on the Latin Saints. So now they go 1-1 with a negative point spread. So if they come and win out tomorrow, then they'll be totally fine because they'll have 3 wins. If they go 1-1 tomorrow, they still have a chance. But if you're DMG, seeing as that team has gotten better, but they really need to be wary of spread and placing because they are at 19th, depending on how New York Extreme does. Because if you look down at the bottom, you have.
And the point spread matters in your seeding for the event, right? So you don't want to just get completely blown out. And the other thing is, they were playing so well in this match, and these last 2 points now they've lost focus.
Yeah.
Right. Still try to play well, try to carry that momentum in tomorrow, and getting 17th, 16th could save their season.
Yeah, absolutely, because they're 2 points away from New York Extreme, talking about DMG. But Diesel sits at 18th, and they're at 235.
Diesel's got a tough bracket this event.
Diesel has a tough bracket, and they have had a rough season. They feel confident about this one as we're jumping back into this one. And this is still close, but Uprising needs to wake up again here. They let Legion score 4 points in a row. There's 5 minutes left to go. They lost a body early, and they've let Gallego get in the snake. Looks like Smotroff, they sent Smotroff inside this time as he's gotten to the tower, so they're going to let Gallego be the one here, the first attacker. Gallego now at the 50-yard line here, Rainey. Looking inside. They didn't put any pressure this way, too. I mean, Gallego has felt zero pressure as he's moved up on this snake side.
And then the guy with his back turned him gets shot. Yeah, I liked what the Russians did, right? They allowed Smotrov to be alive, run one of the younger guys out, allow Smotrov experience to come to play. Smotrov here hunting in the middle. Recognize the guy goes snake. Oh,
yeah,
he's going.
And this is, yeah, Smotrov's the guy that, I mean, he looks like John Wick on some points. You know, just running around as like a crazy maniac. Gallego almost collides with this last body. Whoever's wearing, that is not Ormrod. The Ormrods are much larger than
I forget his name, but he's actually also from the DMG camp area. He's always around there playing up in Sacramento. Good kid.
I think it's Michael Daniel. We got another angle of this craziness. So we got our eye in the sky.
See, Boyum gets shot, keeps going. And JC just had to stop and draw the penalty, but JC's like, you know what? If we're going to do it, we're going to do it. He just walks right up.
Full commitment. Boyum didn't even give an inch. He maybe backed up just a little bit, but stayed gunning up on him.
Boyum had a full loader.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Boyum had the proper amount of paintballs for a situation like that. I mean, I'll give them both credit. It was a tough look. Yeah, we'll give you guys a little bit of our old salty paintball soul to give you guys a little bit of clap, because they're gonna feel that later.
That brings a smile to my face. Zupa right up to the 50. DMG dropping that Dorito side.
60 seconds.
Yeah, 60 seconds, and you know this is pretty much over. What was crazy, so Boyum didn't give an inch, but JC was moving towards him while taking those shots, which is also, you got to give him credit for that. He did tap out a little bit earlier because Boyum didn't tap out, but I think he might have ran out of paint too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the one-handed as he's walking away. DMG dropping 2. Zupa going to their side. They're trying to get this last point.
Yeah, I think that's smart. I mean, they're playing their brother team, and it's got to be tough for Dave because it's the DMG is his squad, but he is coaching one of the best teams in the world in Impact. So
shoots him. Oh, he's still playing. That can get shot. Oh, that should have been a penalty.
I mean, best case for Impact is to run the score up as far as they possibly can.
Boyum was definitely making a bad decision.
Ooh, and going a little head hunting here is Zupa. Ooh, a couple words for Spiegelman. And then Darula going to get in there as well, too.
Yeah,
getting a little bit saucy out here.
I'd like to see their practice footage.
Yeah, the practice must have got a little crazy because there seems to be a little carryover here. I mean, again, when you play against a team enough times, it can get a little crazy sometimes.
Especially when it's 100 up in Sacramento.
Oh, God, yeah, it was so hot last weekend.
I heard they had to go from the turf field to the grass field. So right here, you see him. Zupa shooting there. Zupa Rap shoots him right there in the wrist.
And he goes, look at this, he goes vertical on it, goes up.
Boom.
Ooh, got shot in the wrist right there. And then a couple words.
A little light touch.
A little light touch, nothing crazy. And that was the man in there, Spiegelman.
10 seconds.
Looks like he's glaring over. Where's Zupa? I gotta send my dagger eyes towards Zupa right now.
They better have the refs out there when they're shaking hands.
Yeah, could get crazy. Well, this one's starting to get away. Well, not really. I mean, Uprising, yeah, it's starting to get away from them. 5-2, 5 unanswered for Legion, 317. Survivability, Rainey, has been a problem most recently right now for Uprising.
It seems like they lose one body and then they just all go into attack mode and just drop one by one. Here it is.
Yeah, minor penalty assessed on Uprising. Maybe even 2 minor penalties.
That hurts, right? Joel made the biggest bite on the field. He got up there and everyone died before him. You got one more guy left. You got Ormrod in that can.
Yeah, Eaton over there in a really good spot. With Ormrod behind him. So it looked like so Ormrod's still in. I thought they had pulled out Ormrod as well, too. Eaton might have caught one crossfield. Here comes Karslev. He's going to run down Eaton. Might have taken out Ormrod as well. And just, again, 3 bodies left alive for Legion.
Yeah, when the penalties start coming in late in the match, when they weren't coming to the beginning of the match, they're trying to take the game in their own hands, right? Instead of sticking to the game plan, doing their jobs.
We've seen a couple of those. We see them every event, but there's been a few of those desperation penalties out here. When it's starting to go bad, feel like you need to take that extra step before you check yourself, or the extra engagement on a shot right in that edge.
Starts recognizing the game plan. You're like, hey, we ran all the way here off the break. Maybe I should just hide for a bit. Maybe I should walk out. Joel's still up there in the field.
So you notice that Uprising also did not concede, content to burn the time. Legion didn't care. We're like, we're going to try to run. We've scored 6 unanswered on you. We're going to try to run the score up as big as we possibly can.
Yep. And now Uprising is into a true X-ball match. So they trying to probably give their guys a few more seconds, get a point, keep the margin somewhat close.
Game time game finished.
Yeah, so we're in the pits right now with Legion. And yeah, you know, Rainey, you had brought it up. How stout is their coaching? So their lineup is stout. They have their starting 5 that they need. You know, you got Smotroff, you have Malloy, you have Karzlev, Krill's back finally. And they have the guys that they need. They don't have Pantalev, but they have the talent that they need. Then they have a little bit of depth. They brought some extra players. But the big thing that they've always had is an amazing coaching staff that just gives them all the information they need to, and the controlling the beast and the mechanism that is Legion when they're on fire.
Yes. So, I mean, having a good pit crew, having a good staff, that's huge. People don't recognize that, and those guys don't get enough credit. And, like, our pit was on point today. Last weekend, we were loading our own paint, smashing a couple balls, going out there, 10, 15 pods, smashing, and you go load a broken pod in your gun, now you're obsolete in that point. So having a good pit, having big staff, that helps. Huge.
Yeah, no, it's crucial. I mean, it's like, you know, F1's gotten big, and you see how much it goes into allowing those race car drivers to just completely focus on the race itself, you know, and then the timing of that. So yeah, having the support, the coaching, the
You go out there
the
with
meetings, the scouting, all of that, it's crucial. It's a big component of this.
You go out there with 3 tires, one of the tires falls off, you're not going to really go too far.
Yeah, that could be a problem. So yeah, big respect to support crew on all these different rosters out here. The unsung heroes.
Uprising, not sure who they're sending out,
Yeah.
saying they need one.
Yeah, it looked like
10 seconds.
Coach Aaron, just for a second, a little last second information or trying to figure out who they were going to send out. There's Uprising on your screen, our eye in the sky here. On the breakout, digging all the way to the snake. Legion also going to send Karzlev flying up to the brick off the break. That's one of those.
I don't know if that's Carlos. I think that was one of the younger guys.
Was it?
Yeah. Maybe you're right.
If it's not Karzlev, it looks a lot like Karzlev body language-wise. He does look a little smaller than Karzlev.
Yeah, that's someone else.
There's twins on every team. Look at this, though. Again, we think this is Mikey Daniels wearing Ormrod's jersey.
Yeah. He gets 2. Runs down the snake eyes.
From Scotty Knight. Scotty Knight trying to finish this off, make it a little bit better of a game here.
There you go, Uprising. 6-3. 3 minutes, or a minute 30. Down 3. Got about 33-second point average. Uprising's capable of playing real fast, so if they get the momentum going, start shooting bodies, Russians are going to have to put the strong 5 out again. Game is not over, Russians.
Yeah, 3-point spread now. Interesting, though. 2 in a row for Uprising, 6 in a row for Legion. Uprising finally answering. They should have a long meeting to discuss those because they had a slew of mistakes and a lot of early deaths after looking initially really solid to start this out. While we have a moment, I have you up here, Rainey. So you guys go 1-1 on the day. First of all, how are you feeling? You look healthy out there. You look fast. You look nimble.
I feel good. Back still, sometimes spicy, sometimes not. Honestly, like it felt a little spicy, but just calm breaths, just kind of calming the mind. You drink caffeine in the morning, all the nerves are firing. But overall, my body's a night and day difference. It almost seems like a year last season that it was like that, but it was the beginning of the season I was really hurting.
Well, you're one of the best we got in the sport when you're healthy, so it's good as a fan to hear that you are back at least close to 100%. The team is looking so much better here midway and now heading into these last 2 major events. Definitely could win this event. Who knows? I mean, that could be in the bag for you guys. I love your starting 5. However, you did drop a game you kind of threw away to Energy Elite a little bit. Talk to me about what happened.
Yeah, we were up 2-0. The third point we lost a 4-on-3, and next one of the other points we lost a high body situation, and then even the point that they won to take the lead, it was like I kind of stepped out wide, missed my shot. It's all 8 seconds on the clock. Try to kill him to get the point. A little miscommunication where our snake guy was at, and they played well. They made a lot of good shots, and it's one of those things where our timing was off on a few things. I made 1 or 2 mistakes. Another guy made 1 or 2 mistakes. Nothing to reinvent the wheel. Just kind of let that one slip out of our hands. I mean, credit to them. They still got to make the shots. They still got to make the moves. Caleb made a big move at the end to come down, bunker out our snake guy, come down. So, yeah, I mean, we still have our eye on the prize, but yeah, dropping that game when we felt like we were in control of it definitely hurts.
It is interesting in pro paintball past couple years because these younger teams, less experienced teams have been getting better. Energy Elite went undefeated today. They beat DMG by a sizable margin, 4-point spread, and then we're able to edge out a comfort behind victory against you guys. Just talk to me about the competitive nature of the sport right now in general.
Yeah, it's almost like NFL football. Anybody can beat anybody. Yes, there are the bigger name teams, but those teams will drop to the ML Kings. Those teams will drop to Uprising. LVL, like right now, they're in the top, and Thunder now they're fifth place in this series right now. So I almost think it's Thunder is the old naughty dogs. Like, you got to respect them like the old dogs, and there's not too many teams in here that can't battle. Whereas maybe 5-6 years ago, you're like, all right, this was a good game. This will be an easy game. This is an easy game. Right now, I feel like almost every match is a fight.
We've had upsets at every event.
Yes.
I mean, having Energy Elite come in and beat you guys, upset. Not an upset beating DMG because Energy Elite has had a 4th place, but some of these teams like Level, 7th and 3rd in the first one, 2 bad performances, 7th at the last one. So it's just, but it is, as a fan, it's getting really entertaining, man. You never know what's going to happen.
Uprising full send here.
Have to.
Malloy getting
They beat him to the punch, yeah, taking some ground but losing a body. Oh, looks like.
Oh, this is arm.
Yeah, Olsen gonna.
Okay, he's all right.
Olsen coming through. He got the shot on Malloy, but another body falling for Legion on that D side, just down to 3, kind of tucked in the pocket. They get a body out wide here to insert bunker snake side. And here comes the full court press from Mikey Daniels. He's asking for a check. And then off of that, here comes the counter push from Legion. Gets all the way to the 50, takes out Daniels. Olsen had already died. Is there one player in the back corner bunker here? Who's stopping this player for Legion? As we hit at the minute mark.
Legion survives the chaos, pick off the bodies, and Uprising maybe just a little too fast. But you had to go to 33-second pace, to win the match.
Yeah, I doubt they're going to concede, and it looks like Legion's just going to chill by the buzzer.
Yeah.
Waiting for a concession. They might just take this 4-point spread and be content with that.
The last point, they took a couple starters off, put some other guys in, almost bid them. So now they're like, you know what? We'll take the 4-point spread.
Yeah,
We're
that's
good.
fine. 4-point spread's real good in game number 1. We will be seeing Legion taking on, who do they play next? Heat. So that's going to be a good one.
Oh, yeah.
Houston Heat, Red Legion, 4:45
That's
here
always
Central
fight.
Time. So yeah, waited to get down to that 7 seconds. Well, we were wondering with Legion, okay, well, because they've been playing decent in the prelims, good enough to get into Sundays with the lineup that they've been able to bring. But they were looking not so great those first couple points, but then all of a sudden they woke up.
Coffee hadn't kicked in.
Yeah, coffee hadn't kicked in. You can get that machine, get the engine started, let it warm up a little bit, and they are going to burn off that last 7 seconds. So congratulations to Impact taking the victory, Legion taking the victory. Rainey, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me up.
Yeah, any clinics coming up? Anything you want to let the fans know about?
We got a one-on-one tournament at Hollywood Sports Park, SC Village on November 25th, 26th.
Awesome. Yeah, definitely check that out. And then also, X Factor still going to be in it with 1-1 on the day, and we will see Rainey playing. Again, $5,000 at stake for the MVP courtesy of Hormesis in the All-Star Game Sunday afternoon. Gonna have a little bit of a lunch break here. We're gonna see Damage take on New York Extreme, Ironman, and AC Diesel here, 2022 NXL Windy City Major.